So in March this year I spent about 4 days in Naples, in Italy, and I wanted to bring a film camera with me, and then actually I decided to bring two. Besides my digital Fuji X-T4 that I always bring with me, I brought the Olympus Pen FT, which is this one. This is a half frame camera, so it means you can take 72 images on a 36 exposure roll, which I did in this case using Kodak Gold 200. I also brought this tiny Pentax Auto 110 film camera, which uses 110 film, of course. In this case I used lomography Orca black and white. Up front I was thinking a lot about which film camera to bring, because I have a few to choose from. And then I opted for two pretty smallish cameras. Then most of the time I brought the Fuji X-T4 and this Olympus Pen FT in my shoulder bag, and put the little Auto 110 camera either in the backpack or in another pocket of my clothing. So very easy to carry around whole day. We were walking a lot, of course, through all of the city, and it was not a problem at all to bring those three cameras together. So now I will show you a few example images that I took with the Olympus Pen FT in March in Naples in Italy. One issue I had with using the Olympus Pen FT was actually my fault, because I had a new light meter app installed on my phone and I used the wrong mode on it basically. So I got a lot of shots overexposed, quite a lot, but actually it was not a big deal because I was able to fix it in Lightroom by bringing down the highlights and the brightness a bit. You may be asking why I didn't use the internal light meter on this one, since this is the FT which has a light meter built in. This is mostly because I forgot to bring the batteries, so I didn't bother with it and just used the external light meter ring, which is usually not a big deal if you use your app correctly, of course. Or bring a real external light meter with you, which is the best option probably. The Pentax Auto 110 worked quite perfectly, I would say. Only the shots did come out a little bit underexposed in my opinion, but maybe, or I guess it's only because of the scanning method I used at home. Scanning it with my digital Canon 5D Mark II and a macro lens. I think I messed it up a little bit. Before the trip I was a little worried if the Pentax Auto 110 would work perfectly, because I used this camera for, I don't know, 4 or 5 rolls in the past, and only one roll of them did come out pretty bad, because there were only like 3 or 4 shots usable on the whole roll of film. I think it was an issue with the advancement, is my guess, at least. But luckily on the trip to Naples this camera worked perfectly using the Orca lomography black and white film. And yeah, so I will show you a few examples taken with this camera as well. can see I only have two standard lenses on one standard lens on each of these cameras, because I'm mostly 50mm lens shooter, and so I only brought one lens per camera, even on the Fuji one. On the Fuji I had the 27 2.8 pancake lens. Here I have the 38 1.8, which is also a quite standard focal length. And here I have the 24 2.8, which is equivalent to like 48 on this tiny camera, which is also the standard focal length, of course. So yeah, pretty minimalist setup in a way, but also I brought 3 cameras with me, which is quite a lot, but since they are all very light and relatively small, so it was no issue at all carrying it around all day, walking the whole city basically. So it was a very nice trip to Naples in my opinion. I really enjoyed taking a lot of pictures there, because there are a lot of very nice subjects and buildings to photograph. So I would definitely bring film cameras again on a trip like that, since I really do enjoy the experience. Interestingly enough, shooting film cameras for many years now, I also tend to shoot less photos on the digital camera, in this case the X-T4, and I think I'm able to focus more on the composition and on the image that I'm taking. So that's a very nice, very interesting learning for me, I would say. Because on the film camera, of course, you only have like 24 shots on this one, so you have to slow down basically. It also teaches you how to use your digital camera differently, in my opinion. So all in all, I hope you enjoyed the pictures that I showed you, and please leave a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe, click like and everything. And thanks for watching. Bye bye.